Tonight's tip-off is being brought to you by Jim Examus Ford Lincoln. Believe it or not, spring is just around the corner, and it's your opportunity to save thousands now on beautiful new and quality pre-owned vehicles just in time for spring. Call Lincoln Community High School Railer alumni Matthew Examus and Jason Rohr today at Jim Examus Ford Lincoln, 732-2111, or stop by the showroom located at 2301 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Opening tap is controlled by Rochester. They will be moving right to left here in our first quarter. We do thank you for joining us with Lincoln Railer basketball. In the backcourt, Dalton Hanlon, a 5'8" sophomore. They swing it across to Howard Fisher, 6-foot junior. Pull-up lefty three. That's going to be no good. Ball tipped around, tracked down by Rochester. Underneath, going through the trap. Jumper on the way. That one way off. Rebound again comes down to Fisher. Hanlon a three. That's no good. All over the boards is Rochester, and I believe steps are going to be called. Nope, a hold's going to be whistled on Bowlby. And Josh, so one of the things that the coaching staff has talked about all season, boy, here in the first 30 seconds, Rochester with 3 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and you give any team that many chances to score, they're gonna find a way to put it in the hole. So the Railers battling on the boards, just not battling enough.
Inside, the pass inbounded to Ziegler, who misses the easy shot. Railers their first possession of the night. Railers come down. Bowlby, top of the key, 3 on the way. Left it short off the front of the rim. Railers in their road red uniforms with green lettering trimmed in white. And the numerals on the front and the back of their jersey trimmed in white as well. Underneath to Ziegler. Rochester brings it back out, slips and falls. Kicks it back now over to Hanlon. On the left side, Ryan Neal. Rochester coached by Matt Steers. .6:45 to go, first quarter, no score yet.
Yeah, the Railers really moving well on the perimeter too. Rochester yet to find a good look on this possession. They're trying to find it inside the Swain, but Railers just not giving any daylight.
Neal on the left side, met by Cook and Block. Great defense by the Railers. Of course, the Railer Nation here in front of us as we sit high atop the working bleachers at the old gym. Almost stolen away by Joey Olden, but it's tipped back out to Hanlon. Tipped by Bowlby. Ball loose on the floor. Still fighting for it. Block down there. Bowlby down there. Ball squirts out. Still fighting for it. Bowlby's got it, and we've got alternating possession, and it'll go to the Railers. Good hustle again by Bowlby and Block.
Yeah, great hustle and good defense again. The Railers moving very well. Coach always talks about moving while the ball's in the air, and that's exactly how you cover up guys in the 1-2-2 is you can't move when they've already caught it, or it's going to be a shot. You got to move while the ball's in the air, and right now the team in red moving really well.
Gavin's going to drive baseline, goes up over Fisher off the glass and good.
Yeah, nice set play by Coach. Kind of goes away from the high ball screen of Bowlby, goes the other way, and was easily in for 2.
Well, you got to watch the 10 count here. I don't know if they're going to break it. They do, but it goes right through the hands of Neal right in front of the scorer's bench. And it'll be a turnover by the Rockets. And quickly, Coach Mike Steers is going to take a 30-second timeout. Just 5:44 left in the first quarter. Railers up 2-0, but I think the coach is trying to convince him maybe you can't play too fast against this Railer defense. You're going to find yourself in a lot of trouble.
Well, and that's really, I think, what Coach Al and the coaching staff is kind of working to get to is trying to speed teams like Rochester up to make them play faster. Already 1 turnover now for Rochester, but with the ability of our top 3 guys, and especially our back guys, are very athletic and can really run and move. We can apply a lot of pressure.
Gavin will handle the duties of inbounding, gets it out to Max. Cook crosses the timeline over to Horsham, high post to Gavin. Gavin looking in the lane, kicks back out to Joey. Railers work it around the perimeter. Bowlby in the corner, back to Olin, went right through Joey's hands, and it's going to be a turnover. And although Joey's probably going to be credited with the turnover, that's tough when you get the pass around your ankles.
Yeah, bad pass, especially when you're just coming off a sprint. You got to stop and be looking for a pass. You're never expecting a pass at your ankles, and that's where Bowlby threw it to Olden. So the first turnover for the Railers, and the match is Rochester's 1 also.
Jumper from the corner, that's no good. Horsham had the rebound, had it knocked away, but Tyler will track it down before it reaches the far sideline. Now the Railers look to push it. Max crossover dribble, what a move, and then he lost it, and a foul is going to be whistled as Max is going to the basket. Are they going to give him 2 shots? Nope.
On the ground.
But a foul will go against Ziegler.
Great crossover as Max comes off a full sprint and crosses his guy over, gets almost all the way to the basket.
Horsham gets the inbound pass, fires a three, shoots it a little long. Swain had the rebound, had it knocked away from behind by Bowlby. Railers will keep this one. Gavin hands to Max. Max walked. Max, I think, just a little hesitant before he was going to kick it back to Gavin in the corner, so another turnover. And sort of just like the sophomore game, Josh, not a lot of action on the scoreboard and some mistakes being made early.
Yeah, what was it at half of the sophomore game, 12-6 or
yes.
something like that? And then Garrett Isles kind of caught fire there for the Railer sophomores and was able to pull away with an easy victory. But, yeah, kind of shaky here early on. Coach
Greg Alexander's squad, a 44-19 winner in the opener here. Ziegler's pass tipped away, but into the hands of Fisher. He's going to drive the lane. Had it knocked away from behind by Oldham. Swain gets it. Has it knocked away by the Railer defense, and Gavin on the far sideline will push for the Railers into the front court. Hands off to Max. Back to Gavin. Gavin's going to go down. Pull up from 14 is good.
Yeah, and almost looked like he kind of got a little slap across the wrist. There was something on his way up that the ball just maneuvered something different, and but he's still strong enough to get through that slap or whatever it was and able a nice 15-foot pull-up jump shot for Gavin.
Gavin with an early 4. That's the scoring for the Railers as we're about halfway through the first quarter here in Rochester. First of 2 this weekend. Railers back home against Oswego tomorrow night. Ziegler, a little pump fake. That's going to go off the back of him. Swain over everybody for the rebound. The easy catch off the glass and good.
Yeah, that's one thing he can do is he's very active on the boards. He's strong inside, and he'll stay around for those offensive rebounds.
Max top of the key, now over in the right wing to Olden. Down to Gavin, and a foul is going to be whistled. I think they got Hanlon down low, and Hanlon really has no shot down there against Gavin, 5'8" against 6'6".
Yeah, good job by the Railers, too, of identifying mismatches where looks like Rochester's switching on all screens that the Railers set. So anytime you can get a mismatch, you send Gavin right to the block like they did. Do you like that block?
Gavin, that's good. I like that. If you can work one in like that for Ebeler, I'll be really impressed. Peyton in the contest for the first time, replacing Horsham. Gavin, top of the key, 3 off front of the rim. Swain the rebound for Rochester. 3:20 to go in the first quarter. Railers with an early 4-2 advantage.
Yeah, Joey's just a hair away from getting there. It is.
There's a steal. Max. Railers 4-on-3. Gets it to Joey. Back to Peyton. Back to Joey. Boy, he was open, but a nice job by Fisher sticking his foot out, and that saved an easy 2 for the Railers.
Yeah, good job by Joey again, getting another hand on the ball, a deflection that doesn't lead to his steal, but Max picks it up, and you can probably count about 30 of those this year as where Joey gets a hand on something and somebody else gets the steal.
After the inbound, Railers control under a 3-minute mark. Joey in the far corner. Gavin cutting, 15-footer on the way, left it short again.
Yeah, Gavin just falling back a little bit on his jump shot. Anytime you fall back, you got to takes a little bit more momentum away from going forward. So we always try to tell our guys that wherever you shoot, you hopefully land right there.
Into the front court, Neal for Rochester, flips it over to Austin Dowis in the contest for the Rockets. Stolen away by Max. Max against Dowis. Makes a move. Pull up. Nice jumper off the glass. Won't go. Gets his own rebound and tips it in.
Yeah, good job by Max. That guy was going to take a charge, so he kind of eluded the charge and flipped it up there, but he kind of knew right away he was going to miss it, so he was the first one right back up to tip it in.
Yeah, they always say shooter's always going to know which way it's going to go. Another steal by Joey. Can he track it down? Nope. Controlled by Rochester in the backcourt. Boy, they're in trouble. Oh, they do break the 10 count. There's Bowlby as he goes sailing into the Railer coaching staff. And Josh, we mentioned it in the pregame, or between comments in the pregame. Well, we have to mention that that wonderful shirt that Brandon's wearing tonight.
Yeah, decorated in all purple, and his wife must have picked that out.
Double team. Rochester breaks through that. Hanlon flips it up toward the basket. No good. Max Cook the rebound. Max looking ahead, surveying the court. Into the front court, spins in the lane. Looked like he tried to dump it off. Couldn't do so. Now to Joey for 3. That's no good. Rebound down to Rochester.
Yeah, good shot, though, by Joey, and nice pass out by Max. He got all the way to lane, just kind of didn't quite have the handle on it, and found our hottest shooter.
Baseline jumper. That's no good. Rebound on the floor. Still loose. Ziegler down there. Kicks back out, but he throws it to Gavin. 90 seconds left in the first quarter. Railers up 6-2. Max in the lane again. Spin, glass, good.
Yeah, right now Max can anything on transition. He comes and does that spin move or crossover. And last 2 times he's gotten all the way to the rim. That time he converts the layup.
8-2. Looks like they may have missed an over and back call. Dowis tries to get in. Ziegler couldn't handle the pass. Underneath, ball loose. Last touched by the Railers.
And the Railers about 3 steps quicker than Rochester right now. They're everywhere on the defense.
Will Cook in. Adam Conrady in. Joey Olden and Edward Bowlby take a seat for the Railers. Rochester inbounds out to Hanlon. Ziegler at the top of the key. Colin Stallworth in the contest for Rochester for the first time. Stallworth has it there in the corner, fires a 3, shoots it up over everything. But coming in and catching it on the errant pass, we'll call it, is Neal, who grabs it, lays it up and in. 8-4, Max with the spin once again, goes down, and I think Max will go to the line shooting 2 this time. Yeah, they're going to have to find some other defense or somebody else to guard Max, because right now he can get to the basket 3 straight times down the floor. He's got to about the free throw line and done a reverse spin either to his right or to his left, and he's gotten to the basket. Now he's going to go for 2. 39 seconds to go. Max first free throw up and good. As Josh talked about earlier, Railers a 74% free throw shooting team. Max at 76%. And you got to believe that when games start getting close, at crunch time, Gavin and Max are probably going to be your 2 predominant free throw shooters. Yeah, and they've done a good job so far on the season. Both guys shooting a high percentage. They handle the ball most, and that's what you want. Max gets them both. 10-4, the Railer lead. Half a minute to go here in our first quarter from Rochester. Ziegler back out to Neal. Now to Fisher. Down low to Swain. Swain went up with it. Came down with nothing as it goes into the hands of Peyton Ebelair. Gavin on the far side, back out to Ebelair to Cook, and we'll tick down the last 12 seconds here in the first quarter. Yeah, their coach has decided to go away from the man-to-man. Now they're in the zone. Ebelair drives the baseline, kicks it out to Will Cook in the corner. He fires 3 and hits. Yeah, he normally likes that corner. Railers run that in-quarter possession very well, and he'll have the lead at the end of 1. At the end of 1, Lincoln 13, Rochester 4. Back with the second quarter in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Along with Josh Komnick, Jeff Benjamin with you back in Rochester, getting ready to start the second quarter of action. Railers with a 13-4 advantage. Will Cook with a 3 at the end of the first quarter, giving the Railers the 9-point cushion. On the floor for the Railers, you've got Conrady, Block, Olden, Horsham, and Will Cook for Lincoln. Neal over to Fisher. Neal back to Fisher, now to Cunningham. One thing, Josh, the Railers have really done defensively is limit hardly any touches for Swain. Yeah, he's doing it. He's trying to find a post position in there, but there's too much pressure on the guard, so they're having a tough time of finding a clear angle to get him the ball. Stallworth, there they find it to Swain off the glass, and he missed it. Well, if you're Rochester, you can't miss those opportunities. Ahead, Gavin to Will. Will pulls it back out to Joey. Gavin will take it, top of the key, 4-3, short again. Yeah, he's falling back. He's trailing backwards. Horsham's 3, that'll go down from the far side. So after no threes most of the way through the first quarter, Railers have hit 2 in a row in their scoring, and it's now 16-4. Horsham with his first 3 of the night, number 29 on the season. And everywhere Rochester is turning to do something, they've got 2 or 3 Railer hands or bodies right around them, and they're really getting frustrated with trying to find some space. Another 3 missed by Rochester, so Railer again in the attack zone, up 16-4, 6.5 to go in the first half. Olden back over to far side. Tyler, can he hit 2 in a row? 2 in a row. Why not? Another timeout taken by Rochester. They're taking time. We'll take it with them. 6:21 to go in the first half. Lincoln up 19-4. We'll be back in 30 seconds with Lincoln Railer Basketball. Mike Steers with a quick timeout, just a minute and a half into the second quarter, Josh, as the Railers have found their three-point shoes. Tyler Horsham with a couple here in a row, and we know how streaky he can be with the threes. Railers have stretched it out already to a 15-point lead.
Well, they didn't stop us playing man, and now they've moved to zone, and now we've banged 3 threes in a row, one by Cook in the first quarter, and then 2 by Horsham to start the second quarter. So I think Coach Steers is trying to figure out which defense might be the best.
What about the Tampa 2? Will that work? Rochester after the timeout. Hanlon tries to lob it down to Swain, working against Conradi. Swain off the glass, missed again. Rebound to Ziegler. That's where Rochester may have the only advantage on the Railers tonight, as they've done a good job on the boards.
Yeah, they have, and they've gotten some offensive opportunities. They just can't find the net.
And Ziegler tried to drive in, had it swatted away. Cook ahead to streaking Will Cook, who missed the layup. Gavin with a nice look ahead. It trickled around the rim and fell off.
Yeah, good lead pass, and it seems like anytime Gavin gets that rebound, he's almost acting like Max does, bringing the ball up and going to find somebody. Tyler for another one. Got it.
Of course, Tyler for 3.
Boy, when the Railers are pushing the basketball, scrappy like they are right now, there's just a lot of action, and it's really tough for any team to stay up with them.
22-4, Railers up 18. Tyler with threes in a row. Good to see Tyler finding his three-point stroke. Stallworth. Nice defense by Olden here on the near side. 5 minutes to go, first half. Stallworth. Well, the Railers doing a great job underneath with Block and Conradi, especially keeping it out of Swain's hands.
He's can really clear out some space too. He gets down real low. He has great post position. He just forgets the other part where you got to put it in the hole.
Ziegler with a jumper in the lane gives Rochester their first points of the quarter. Ends a 14-0 run by the Railers. But 4.5 to go in the first half. Lincoln on top, 22-6.
Yeah, now Rochester back to a man-to-man.
So Gavin will fire a 3, left side, top of the key. Count it, and he is fouled.
And that time Gavin went up for his jump shot and landed right in where he took off from. And that's the sign. He stayed right in the shot. His momentum was not falling back. If you notice, the 3 threes that he's missed before, Jeff, have all been short. And you've noticed his reaction after he shot is falling backwards. He's taking those few steps back. That time stayed right up in the shooting area. Pocket, went right up and came right back down where he took off from.
Gavin got it. The old-fashioned 4-point play gives the Railers a 20-point advantage. Gavin will take a seat. So on the floor for the Railers, you've got Ebelair, Horsham, Bolby, Conradi, and Max Cook. And very interesting to see how Swain will be guarded now with both Bolby and Conradi down low.
Yeah, as the Railers kind of match up there in almost a denial man press. As you talked about, Coach trying to find some different things to work on, or maybe you'll need late in a game in a regional where you can throw a different look at somebody. Well, he's going to try him now to see if it will work.
4:15 to go in the first half. Lincoln already put themselves in good position to get this win up by 20, 26-6. Stallworth all the way across to Neal. Back to Hanlon. They try to lob it down to Swain. Look out.
Yeah, Bolby kind of undercut Swain as he went up for, I don't know if that was a lob or some sort of a just throw it up and see who can get it. And Swain came down with it. Bolby went underneath him. That's a second foul on Bolby. And lucky Bolby didn't kind of hurt his neck as Swain went over his back and really kind of took his neck back a little bit.
So second foul on Bolby. Railers with 2 team fouls make it a 3rd team foul, as I think they're going to get Gavin on that one on the inbound play. Gavin his first. And like you said, Josh, Bolby really lucky. It was one of those situations where he didn't know Swain was there, and by the time he did, he was on his back.
Well, yeah, and it sure wasn't a lob for any sort of anything. Wasn't even close to the basket, so that's why Bolby didn't figure Swain was going to be coming out of nowhere and jumping over him.
3rd team foul on the Railers as Gavin picks up his first. 3:35 to go in the first half. Back on top now to Hanlon. Railers on top 26-6. Kicked out of bounds by Max. As you said, Josh, it must seem for the 5 on the floor for Rochester that Lincoln's being allowed to play with 7 or 8 defenders because they are all over the place.
All you see is red.
Double team. Nice trap by Cook and Ebelair. Rochester gets out of it. Peyton with some pressure out high.
Yeah, great job by Ebelair, too. Man, you don't miss much when you take Joey Olden off the floor. You get another scrappy guy that flies around the court in Ebelair.
Hanlon with the 15-foot jumper after Swain kept it alive going to the deck, but was able to keep the dribble alive. So Max pulls up for 3. Leaves that one short. Swain the rebound over Conradi. 2:59 left in the first half. Lincoln 26. Rochester 8. Stallworth cross-court bounce to Hanlon. Hanlon tries to make a move, top of the key, turns, 16-footer, in and out. Rebound tipped around. Max Cook comes out with it.
Well, you don't fault Swain for any effort underneath the basket going for rebounds. He's going after it like crazy. It's just about he's the only Rocket.
Conradi goes high post. Horsham in the corner. Can he hit another one? Of course he can.
On fire. Number 4 with 4 threes here in the first half.
29-8. Tyler leading the way with 12. We hit the 2-minute mark. Railers on top by 21. And then Horsham comes away with a steal. It's not Tyler's birthday, is it? Everything's going.
Must be. He loved Valentine's Day. I'm going to throw this play again at him, I think.
Yep. Here he comes again in the corner. They slip it down to Conradi. Conradi with a little jump hook over Swain.
And he got bodied, too. It looked like Swain kind of threw a forearm into Conradi's back, but it didn't bother the big boy. He just turned and put a nice little baby hook from about 3 or 4 feet.
So after 6 straight three-pointers for the Railers, they go back inside, and Conradi with his first 2 of the night. Swain with a nice move off the glass and in. He has 4. 31-10. We look up. Railers already in the front court. Max tries to drive to the basket, and a foul will be whistled on Rochester. Foul will go against Fisher, his second. Conradi will check out. Austin Cruz in.
Yeah, Jeff, we got a couple shout-outs. The boys, Carson Kane, and they got a friend over tonight to Jada. They're listening, and they're taking the night off. They've seen a lot of basketball this week, and they've got 2 more, hopefully, Panther W's tomorrow, so they're taking the Railer game off, but I know they're listening at home.
31-10. Horsham around a screen. 3. Didn't get the roll, but Gavin gets the rebound, gets the guy up. It's going to be knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say last touch by the Railers. One minute to go here in the first half. Railers on top by 21, 31-10. Nice trap over there, but Swain does a nice job of splitting between Block and Horsham. Swinging on top. Fisher swinging over on the far side for Rochester. Splits the Railer defense down the lane out to Stallworth, but Max does a nice job covering up. 3 on the way. They missed it, and Cruz with the rebound.
Yeah, nice job by Cruzy going after that board, and a big stop by the Railers here. 23 seconds left before halftime. Be nice to get the Railers another basket here. Up 31-10.
The nice thing about that rebound, Josh, was Cruz didn't wait for it to go. He went and got it.
Yeah, and that's what the Railers got to do, especially when you're playing against somebody like Swain, who really does a good job of going after the rebounds.
Down to 6, down to 5. Max down the lane, kicks it out. Cruz, baseline jumper, got it. That'll be the way the first half ends. Austin Cruz with a baseline jumper gives the Railers a 23-point advantage at the end of the first half. It is Lincoln 33, Rochester 10. We'll be back with our halftime in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.